Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So yesterday I shared 2 YouTubes on the lecture of 1850s Wing Chun. After I share this YouTube, I got a Wing Chun friends ask me to comment on the Wing Chun's forward pressure. Okay, so like you do Tan Sao, you need to have a forward pressure, and so this Wing Chun friend asked me to comment on it because he doesn't find there's a forward pressure in the 1850s Wing Chun. So today I'd like to share with you. Forward pressure is an idea. There is no good or bad idea. Idea is idea. But when you get trapped in the idea, that is the problem. In the evolutions, you always have many different ideas. You just look at like in the Western boxing, you have so many ideas, right? But you don't want to get trapped in one thing and start to thinking that, oh, structure, forward pressure, those kind of thing is the ultimate. Or you don't want to have the mindset of, I have to go internal, mind power. So, let me share with you. You know, it is really difficult for the world to accept reality. Even things put in front of our eyes, most of the time, we don't like it. We don't like to see what it is. Wing Chun for past 100 years is like that. And it actually trapped itself in a certain idea and go sidetrack. Now let me share with you on this forward pressure stuff, okay? When we want to talk about the idea, we need to understand what is the art is about. If you watched my YouTube yesterday, you know that Wing Chun 1850 or Wing Chun in the ancient time, the anti-Qing Wing Chun is a sticking body short strike. The sweet spots is fighting this close, right? You have to get in. Either you shoot in or you have different ways, or you kick and you get in. You need to get into this spot. Now ask the questions. What does the forward pressure do? Does the forward pressure get you closer? Or the forward pressure push the opponent away? Now, it gets to one very serious issue today on Wing Chun. Everybody said, Lai Lao Hui Song. Come, retain, or accept, or receive, goes, send it away. Lai Lao Hui Song. And everybody said that Wing Chun is a female art, soft art. But do you know that the forward pressure with all this Tan Pong forward pressure stuff, the structural stuff actually is not following the sticking body short strike where you need to come in, and not following Lai Lao Hui Song. If you go look at Grandmaster Yip Man's teaching 50 years ago in the interview, he said that you receive, okay? With your Wing Chun techniques, it doesn't tell you to resist it. When you put the forward pressure, you actually against it, okay? So how is when you against something or you try to push something or pressurize something, you call it energy or whatever, is a female art, is a sticking body short strike art? It is not. So the proper way of Lai Lao Hui Song is, you come in, you receive, you come in. You don't have to resist him, you don't have to tangle with him. You're always following that motto, concess without concessions. You want it, I give it to you. My job is to get in here. Once I get into here, I machine gun you. Okay? Because you're short strike out here. So receive, Loi Lao. That's how it is. You receive, you don't against him. You don't block, you don't resist. You don't want your hand to get tangled. Hui Song, go send it away. Then you say, well, you know, he punched me, I'm going to forward pressure, send him away. Sorry, that's not what it means. The proper of sending it away, Hui Song, is what? You don't have to receive like this. You can stretch your hand out, but you do it with an angle. That's called Hui Song. Why? Why you do that? Because he come at you, there's a momentum there coming at you. You try to forward pressure or try to block him or whatever. Are you sure that you can handle the momentum coming in? Especially if you're a smaller lady, okay? Or like me, a smaller size, you compare with 200 pounds. Can I do that? Even I say I have a structure, I have a forward pressure. Can I do that? You look at many of our martial art friends. They got this muscle here as big as my thigh. Are you sure that I can do a forward pressure here? That's the first thing. Physically, come on, don't do violating Newton's law. Disregard of what kind of jing, what kind of whatever chi. Those are BS, okay? Why? If his muscle here is as big as my thigh, meaning that he can generate power locally, which I cannot handle. If I have to use my entire body to generate that power, that strength, I have a delay. I have to move faster than him. Well, that's not a good deal. Okay? First is momentum. The second thing, even if it's smaller, when I want, I can get in straight. You know, guess what? If you go straight like that, you can get straight into his trap. A common thing is feign you, bait you. Bait you, and what it comes is a kick, all sort of stuff. So that's why in the Wing Chun Loi Lao Hui Song, it always go angle in. You push this in out, okay? I can go here, he's coming that way, I can push him up. First, his momentum is not going to go exert to me to crush. The second, if he bait me, he's at the angle. So it is always concess without concessions. Be it your Lai Lao receive or be it your Hui Song. Same thing. Well, if I do a Hui Song, what did I do? I get in. So disregard of I Lai Lao, okay, Loi Lao or Hui Song. Same. My goal is I want to get into my sweet spot and I'm going to machine gun him here. Okay? So you need to think based on the context. You cannot think something where else. Okay? So that is what it is. So is that valid for this forward pressure? It is an idea. Somebody, if he got a bigger body and so forth, he might be able to use it, but that do not fit into the Wing Chun female art, soft art, Loi Lao Hui Song. Okay? Now, again, you look at today, in the Chi Sao and everything, for past 100 years or so, is keeping your Tan Bong Fuk, all these hand techniques. Well, those are just hand techniques. It doesn't handle your body. And there are so many things, like yesterday in the lecture of 1850 Wing Chun I shared with you. Wing Chun is not a striking art. Wing Chun, it is a sticking body, short strike, but I share yesterday, it have 4 characteristics, okay? The general characteristic. The first characteristic is what? Take down. Okay? When you get close, it's always just manage your leg want to throw you down. No, even just a throw you down, right? Or fall, right? You can fall from the front. You can go sideways. There's so many of these leg trips and all these falling techniques you need to learn because there's so many things there. And every one of it comes with a different body, a kinetic change. Your body has to be able to handle that. Right? So that's the first thing is the fall. The second thing is the strike. You get in, you strike with your leg, strike with your body, strike with your elbow, your fist, so forth, and you're keeping changing it. Those are strike, belong to strike. There's so many angles you need to proficient in. The third thing, as I mentioned yesterday, is the crawl. The crawl. That is Wing Chun. There's so many techniques, right? From this side, this side. There's so many techniques. Now, the fourth is the grab, right? It's like you wrench him. This is a lock, right? So like in the third part of the Wing Chun 1850 Xiu Lim Tao, what do you think is that? Well, it's not just this. It's another range. Okay? Now, so you have the throw, what do you call it? The fall. You know, take him out, let him fall. The strike, the crawl, and the grab, that grappling, you know, wrench and all those kind of things, breaking him and his joint and so forth. You have so many things from so many different angles. You know, you throw in from this angle, you want to get from this angle, and then you want to strike him in this angle, strike him this angle. You want to make room space with this angle for the strike. Striking this angle, striking this angle. You want to crawl in this way, you want to crawl with this way. And then you want to grab, say this way, you know, wrench him, all kind of stuff. Now, there are so many things in Wing Chun you can learn. It's so broad. Why is that limit into everybody doing Chi Sao? Oh yeah, you know, Tan Bong Fuk, forward pressure. I mean, you're missing the entire thing. It's like you own the entire California. But you say, no. It's only this home I own. But you really own the entire California. It's not just the home. And you're keeping doing Tan Bong Fuk for 100 years. And you see that even in mainland China, you just track all the data. They are copying whatever invent in Hong Kong. Look at today. You take all the data you put inside there, you can see when Hong Kong invent something, they get into the China, and China say, oh, you do it different angle, all kind of stuff. Whatever they see in the movie, they just modify a little bit. But you come and goes the entire thing for decades and decades, always 摊磅for forward pressure. Yet you have those, the fall, the strike, the crawl, the grabs. There's so many techniques, and your body has to conditions for that. It's a dead trap when you have this forward pressure, your 摊磅服, and everybody doing the same, like the chi sao and everything. Even chi sao is a new modern invention, sorry, okay? Just check at it. In the real fight, as what I just shared with you, there are 4 characteristics. Okay? 跌, 打, 抓, 拿. Those since mid 1600s. There's so many things you don't explore. And you go into that, and people don't even check that you receive. You let him go, you go for an angle. You want to push him away, you always go an angle. And as what I said, people don't even bother to read what Grandmaster Yip Man interviewed 50 years ago. So, I mean, if you ask for it, now who is going to stop you from that? Because you don't want to know, you just want the closing, and then say, well, you know, not to mention, when you get this close, as what I say, I share in the YouTube, there's a momentum type, there's a force flow type that you can play. As in the other YouTube I shared yesterday, like when Jack pushed me in the chest, yeah, get to the center line. If you know how to play the force flow, you still be able to play with him. So it depends on how do you handle that kinematic chain. And if you assume that the other people always, you can push his center line and go away, and he will get pushed away, you know. Number 1, you push him away. You are no longer sticking body short strike. Number 2, what are you going to do to push him away? He can come back with a turning kick to the head, okay, if you push him. And there's so many variations there. So this is what I'd like to share with you today. Even the truth, the reality lay in front of us, often we don't see what it is because we just see whatever we like to see. As what I shared the other day in other YouTube on Bruce Lee. The reason why Bruce Lee can see all this and call this land swimming is because, you know, there's a archetype called the orphan archetype, meaning you get removed from your family. You go out there alone, then you see the entire world. And you say, oh, I mean, it's not supposed to be like that. The world is not like that. But the guy who is the kids, who is spoiled at home, everybody, you know, this big, warm family, you do forward pressure, I do forward pressure. You do structure, I do structure. You do everything, I do everything. Then, you never see what's out there. So that's why Bruce Lee can see all this thing. And now even worse, right? The 摊磅服 forward pressure, you add up Tai Chi, Fa Jing. I mean, come on, okay? You know those Tai Chi stuff is the marketing started 1930s. It is not the ultimate of Chinese Kung Fu. As what I said again, Wing Chun, sticking body, short strike, you have the fall, to make you fall, to trip you fall, to take you down fall. The strike with your leg, your body, with your arms, with your elbow, and so forth, playing with this distance. Crawling, when you get into the very emergency situations, clawing is very fast. And then again, like the locking, the joint lock, the grabbing. There's so many things there. And if you want to do a ranging like this, you cannot do forward pressure. Right? So this is what I'd like to share with you. I'm really speechless. Seriously? You cannot say who is right, who is wrong. You just say this is karma. When that thing is having its karma, is the end of his life, you cannot prevent people from not seeing things. Because they're living in their environment, they feel cozy, and then you just think about in the past 100 years, how many grandmasters keeping talking about Tan Bong forward pressure and the Qi, the Jing. How many of them? And yet I even question people, do you guys read Grandmaster Yip Man's interview? I'm not from the Grandmaster Yip Man lineage, but I read it. But do you read it? Will you do that, Loi Lao Hui Song, if you read his interview? And then the China, Wing Chun and so forth. You see that the entire thing is copying. So this is what, my 5 cents. You can take it or you can leave it or you can say Hendrik is crazy. But this is the reality. No way, if you don't get back to what I shared yesterday in the lecture of 1850s Wing Chun's YouTube, whatever in the history of the ancestors of Wing Chun do, and in today's the kinematic chain, no way you can face the world. This is very clear already. And I'm not the guy who invented here. 50 years ago, ask Bruce Lee. Okay? So if you don't even see it after 50 years, Bruce Lee said, you might as well say, okay, the world is like that. This is reality. The truth of Wing Chun in the ancient, what it is a reality, but the truth of today is also a reality. Because people no longer do Wing Chun. They just put their name in front of so Wing Chun and everything, but is it Wing Chun? So this forward pressure stuff, an idea is not idea, but does it fit into the context and all this thing? That's how I think. You have to be logical. Man, this is like a military warfare. Your army, if you don't train your army properly, they go out there, they get ambushed over. That's reality.